ESEA.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the last match of the evening here at the ESL Pro League. It's still CLG taking on the Renegades, but now it goes over to Dust2. This is the map where the Renegades 16-0'd SK. I believe they beat Liquid on it too, so not the best of prospects.
No, especially after you
CLG.
just beat the previous map 16-2.
Yeah.
And that's never a good sign for you in the next map. But there's always a chance to redeem yourself, and CLG has that chance. It's stacked against them. But
how big is their chance?
Well, on a map like Dust2, if CLG deathmatch like 5 hours a day on Dust2, I think they have a pretty good chance.
If you had to put it into like physical size, like
physical
with
size?
your two hands, like saying like this is 100%, and
This is 100%. This is 0%. Okay.
well, yeah. So where would you put it?
I'd say this.
That's a lot.
This is like 35%.
For me, it's like that.
This?
Yeah, it's like
You're like that?
it's like 0.2 for me.
Yeah, I'm like this.
Okay, that's like 20-30% right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's good. We're giving visual aids to the audience.
Just giving visual aid for those people out there who not the strongest mathematicians, and we're here
Just
to help
like
you
us.
guys,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I don't say I'm not the strong. I just refuse to do it on stream.
Okay,
I'm not.
You've definitely done it on stream, but okay.
Now
You're just a liar.
Hold up. Hey, take it easy over there.
Okay,
There's no line here.
It's time to get into the match. As we can see, 2-3 record here for CLG across the season, whereas the Renegades have stopped it 4-1. We'll take a look now at who is going to come out on the top of this one as we get into it, with the Renegades starting off on the T side and CLG jumping over to the CT side. Armor buy-ups, fairly normal to be completely honest for both teams here. Yam going to be fully saving up, of course, more than likely to look further down the line here, just keeping the full arsenal for him, but everybody else just goes pretty normally. And Yam actually does make a later decision here to pick up the utility, just trying to see if he can find any of these players picking aggressively from CLG at the beginning, as obviously they do move in to hold good control here. The fast cap from two of their players to hold this, and while the Renegades are kind of stuck now because of that.
The old 4 decoy strat with Yam with the smoke flashes, and I like the move as CLG did there. They're taking aggressive middle, so if anyone comes through the middle, they have a little triangle stack of doom right here. And Rosa almost getting that shot off Yam, but just missed a little bit. It's like our Renegades are just gonna stay spread out, not really move anything. I think. Rosa.
I mean, it took a while.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, Blue.
There you go. Perfect. And now the Renegades down a player here. I mean, still a minute on the clock, and as well, after all this, they just end up giving up that amount of control anyway. CLG just kind of fall back, so they're still going to end up grouping up over here around the Xbox and Cat area, but it's going to be a lot more readable here, and the Renegades will try to push forward. Also, all that utility was dropped, and it doesn't look like anybody went to retrieve it, so that's like a smoke, and I think 1 or 2 flashbangs sitting on the ground. Ethan, though, just systematically shutting these players down with headshots, and while JKS is going to get 1 kill, we will see CLG picking this one up, and they will start off with a pistol round victory.
Nice shots by CLG. Playing Dust2 5 hours a day on deathmatch really pays off.
Yeah, I suppose so.
No, but it was pretty standard. Just hold after they got that first pick in the middle, and Renegade just got picked off when they tried to go cat. It's nice shots by Naughty. Naughty.
Still calling him that?
Well, I will call him Kusta.
Can we call Cutler Raltuck for the rest of this game?
Raltuck.
Raltuck.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm going to read from left to right, okay? I speak and I write English.
Apparently, Ethan and Cutler are just like fans of manga, and they just read right to left on everything.
Hey, I'm a fan of manga.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Never read a manga before.
You should.
I just know you read them right to left.
It can be a little cheesy sometimes.
It's like Japanese.
It's Japanese.
Japanese are like the king of like cheesy storylines and stuff like that.
They're all in high school and they're all innocent. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to go in there. But anyways, Naughty with a nice pick off in the middle. But then he gets Azza is rushing out middle. No qualms at all, just taking that shot.
Hayes is going to hold here to pick up 1 kill. Ricky responding, though, so the Renegades holding good control well. Ricky's got to dive the hell out of the mid area because he is being pursued. The problem is he takes so long to get behind that box, so it leaves plenty of time for Sabrosa to rotate. In the meanwhile, though, the Renegades' players do get themselves up onto the beast. They're going to find that plant. Sabrosa tries to go for the quick flick onto Yam, but the damage is already done, bringing him down to 20 HP here. Cutler re-peeking, finds a shot down to 8 HP. You guys are trying to hold, but they're peeking out, and that's the aggressive part about this one. Flashbang moves in, but I think it hits Sabrosa and prevents it from actually going into the site. Doesn't affect these T's at all. Sabrosa just hunted for any shots he can get. Cutler moves in, picks up the first one and the second one. It is going to be a full 10-second defuse, but I do think they had enough time to go for it here. Cutler fully committing himself to it, and with that, the CLG players are just barely going to have themselves a second round victory.
Whew. It's getting a little worried right there. If they lose another eco round. I mean, I guess they lost pistol last map too, but you know, it's just that feeling like you win pistol and you lose second round. It's like, it's the worst feeling.
It's fair of a lot of NA teams.
Yeah,
it seems.
Just like, you know, you have rifles. I mean, you had a scout, but you know, again, like they have to come out middle to the bomb site. You don't have to keep forcing that middle shot. So help them out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Renegades are going to try to force the engagement over here on long, moving themselves out towards it here. Cutler finding the first, second, third pickup. Sabrosa apologies getting that second one there. Rookie does trade out onto Cutler here, but yeah, Sabrosa bringing the nice damage to the party. Brings Ricky down to 1 HP. Hunting for the bullet, and there you go. He gets a nice little present out of the smoke too. The bomb is delivered to him, and the round. 3-0 start for CLG as expected. Now things get interesting though, Eric.
It's a gun round.
It's a gun round.
And Riccio with
Fun
the
time.
Riccio with the AWP against Retluck. wait, no.
That's not it at all.
Reltuck. Reltuck, not Retluck.
Retluck.
It's a little, I keep saying Retluck. That's my go-to name.
Is he a paladin in WoW or something like that? He's a Ret player?
He could be.
Anyway.
Is that Diablo?
No. Paladins are, like Retribution is the Paladins back in WoW.
There's also
Is there Diablo 2?
3.
I didn't really play Diablo.
Actually, yeah, 2.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's like... Anyway, the Renegades are going to push themselves up onto the B-bomb site now. Quick take here. There's no resistance at all from CLG in the mid area, but good first shot from Cutler. Kusta with the second one. JKS trying to win back, but Kusta going off at this point. Those 2 fast kills. Unfortunately, he doesn't get that one onto Azur, but it does bring it into the 2 versus 3 here now. 3 still up and running for the CLG roster. The Renegades holding on to this site, but maybe not for long, of course, as CLG already pulled off 1 retake, and they've got the man advantage for this next one. Ethan on top of the boxes finds the pickup against Azur. And JKS with the Molotov out, trying to hold on to this one, but the walls are slowly collapsing around him here. His house is burning, and he's going to have to try to hold on to this one. They're giving him a lot of time, though, to renegotiate his position. First, second kill, the third one as well, and JKS destroys CLG and puts the first round on the board for the Renegades.
I'm like looking at their utility. I'm like, okay, guys, use utility. Let's go. It's a 3-on-1. Please use utility. And then they flash each other and all go out the same way. It hurts me. It hurts. I want them to do well. I want them to do well, Blue.
Where does it hurt?
My brain. I'm having an aneurysm how that just unfolded.
The Renegades will push themselves up towards mid pretty quickly here. Hazed putting his head into a corner there, waiting for them to push. First kill goes his way. The second kill does not. However, he does dink. We'll leave JKS down to 17 HP. Ethan responding with one of his own pickups. Kusta doing a nice job of holding around the corner here. He pretty much shuts it down. And while we do see still moving in, okay, he got side control, but he wasn't the player with the bomb. So this seemed a bit of a moot point, as he's now going to try to push himself over towards the door here, but they're already expecting him. He certainly hasn't done a great job of obscuring himself here. He's going to pop flash out. He actually good pop flash, so that kill goes his way. All right, he's going on the second one too. He spots Cutler over there, but not able to connect the shots there. Well, it's proven to be a bit too much for him to shoot through. I'm just going to smoke it out for now.
The old smoke your own Molotov off strat. Almost working, but Sabrosa getting the kill. Another closer. I mean, it was a nice little crossfire they had in middle. The Renegades tried to force it a little too much, and they paid the Piper's price.
The what?
I don't know. I'm just saying stuff at this point. Okay?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. If it's an old term, you know, back from the 1600s.
Okay. Very applicable in the modern day esports world.
You know.
Yeah. So, I mean, CLG trading that round out, and it seems like the Renegades are off to a bit of a rocky start here after pretty much having no trouble at all closing out back on Cobblestone. There's T-side giving them a little bit more to work for here. And as they are going to be down here on what is, for the most part, just a couple rounds here where there's going to be going for a half buy. Some players had a little bit more cash. They were able to invest into those Galils you see now. JKS and Ustilo working with them, but CLG up to a full buy potential here, and the Renegades are just going to slow play on this round, hoping that they can catch someone from CLG playing it aggressively, but for the most part, they're playing pretty reserved here too.
Yeah, Renegades is taking it slow. They don't have much utility to work with at all, so if they do something, I'm going to assume that's going to work with numbers. You know, just send like 4 or 5 people up one way, try to get some kills. If they have a lot of time on the clock, they might be able to fall back. Maybe work some other way map as they're rotating, but it looks like they're going to just send at least 4 people towards this cat area.
Defending that, you've got Cutler, for the most part, along with Ethan, back over there in the goose position. Sabrosa's attention is drawn almost solely towards over there on long. Good timing on that Molotov, though. They were just about ready to push up there, or at least start poking in for info, but that Molotov kills it. Now look at Sabrosa wrapping back out. If they don't expect him at top mid, he's got at least 1 kill for free, and he's going to wrap back around. Okay, Ricky, that's unfortunate. Finds himself out in mid with nothing to do, and Cutler, along with Ethan, just shutting things down with the op and rifle combo on the site.
Very nice round. CLG just capitalizing on the time. They knew that they had to hit bombs at any second, and you saw that Molotov slow them down even longer. And then Renegades had to make a play, so they were hopping out middle, a couple of them, and it's got shut down. I mean, pistol armor against rifles. Dust2, not much you can do unless you get that first kill. First couple kills, at least.
Cutler as well, hunting for that first shot as a player leaping through suicide, but doesn't catch it. This is going to be a round that the Renegades should never in a million years win, though. 5 Glocks. And as I say that...
Stop it, Blue.
Not setting up
Stop it, Blue. No. Now he got an AWP.
Now he's got an AWP, and it's a 3-on-2, Ricky.
No.
Oh,
You said a million years, Blue. Well, this is the millionth year, okay?
This CLG are going to come back and win this still.
I mean, they have kits, they have utility. We got Hayes flanking on catwalk, but there is an AWP, so they're going to have to flash this AWPer. But they're both in the pit. Molotov smoking is not going to do anything. They're going to need the smoke on the bomb and hopefully get a little lucky that they don't spam the box.
They're also sending all their attention to the site too. Nobody's watching for a long hit. There we go. Finally, Kusta pays mind to it there. Moves in. No, Yam denies. Hayes is going to get on. Now they're going to actually try to hit the shots. It's a 27 HP. Come on, you've got to hit 1 bullet, and it's not going to connect. CLG defuse, and they still win the round.
Did they
what was that?
shot through the smoke? I didn't hear an AWP shot.
I don't think they tried.
Like, I'd be spamming everything and all things at that point. Like,
did he trade out for a rifle?
I don't think so. I think he's in pit with the AWP.
You know, look, yeah, he had the AWP.
I can't hear an AWP shot,
No.
but maybe it's just because of her sound right now. I don't know.
I don't know. I definitely didn't hear an AWP shot either.
But good for CLG to manage to somehow
good job.
take it back.
You won versus 5 Glocks.
The millionth round or the millionth year did not happen. That's probably next year, Blue. But again, very scary for CLG to lose to 5 Glocks. They're up 6-1, so that's a plus. The plus on this map, CT Dust2. Usually it's a little harder to win CT rounds.
And so now for the Renegades here, back onto a gun round, of course. Ricky working with the op here. They are going to try to push themselves over towards the more than likely will be an A hit, but with the current setup, this could evolve itself into like a mid to B as well. So Bros is still holding that aggressive position over here out on the long push too, and they've got JKS sitting back to watch for that, but now it seems like the Renegades are moving in to try and fully commit themselves to it. And we will see them indeed push themselves into the site. Cutler holding back. They're going to jump down into this one too. There's a lot of utility being used just to take the site. In fact, they don't have anything at all for post plant. They've got to hope they get multi-kills on these players retreating. Cutler is just spotted, running down. It's a shot in the back from Azur. They've got site control, but okay, now there's the big problem. They've only saved 1 smoke on JKS and a Molotov, and he's like back out here in mid. They've got nothing to hold this site with right now.
Yeah, it's true, but they do have a man advantage and positions, and CLG is nowhere in place to retake this bomb site that quickly, so they have to move pretty fast here. They are sending 1 guy towards catwalk, and the rest going to long, so they have to make some moves. Naughty with a nice kill. Azure trading it off. Yamdil picking off Hayes, and now it looks really bad for CLG.
Stillo and Az are going to shut this one down, and they do manage to hold on to the site there. CLG, unfortunately, can't do anything about that take. They give it back up, And with that, the Renegades, despite the minimal utility they had to work with, they are still able to hold on to the site, close things out against CLG, and finally put a second round on the board for themselves here. Nicely done, nicely held. Taking off angles pretty early, and unfortunately CLG just catching on to that so late, they were never really able to make up for it. And now they've got the edge here, and they have forced these guys onto an eco, and immediately Kusta, his op goes down to the ground. Ricky's ready for that peek in the mid doors, shuts it out.
So if you want to do a peek like that, like what Kusta just did, you want to let your two teammates cross first, because once an opera sees that second player, he's more inclined to shoot in the wall or take that shot. But he peeked second, which operas usually wait for that second person in that kind of scenario. So that's something to take into note when you want to be that aggressive opera in middle.
CLG get control of the bomb, and they're going to get it again, too. Yam moves in to try to get control of it, but all of a sudden the tables have turned. CLG were looking to have been outmatched completely in this round, but Sabroza doing work with the op. He's going to get chased out here by Ustilla, but Cutler moves in to bail him out. And CLG win that round, too, and what was essentially a full eco. They only had that single op to work with, as you can see here. It was just default pistols, and I think Sabroza had a 5-7 investment. They managed to bring it back, and now they've got a double up setup they just got for free.
Oh, that's pretty nice. They just brought it back, and now Renegades have to save.
And it is going to be warranted at this point, too. Losing in that scenario, too, almost pulling off the Glock round upset, and then failing that because they just couldn't find one single bullet from their AK.
Yeah, it's a very interesting match so far. CLG showing signs that they really want to win this match, especially when you just lost 2-16 on the previous map again, and also against Team Renegades, who beat SK 16-0 on this map. So Renegades is probably wondering, what are we doing wrong right now? And I think it has to do with a little bit of maybe they're not playing as serious as they should be. Maybe they're just being a little lax in terms of just trying to beat corners, maybe not taking their time. Yeah, because a lot of these situations, CLG's just out shooting them, except for on Glock rounds where somehow they get sniped with Glocks when they have ops. I don't know. The
fact that they they won that round, like they won that Glock round, and then they go for a long setup. They have 2 versus 1, and then they mess up because they can't hit a single bullet on the diffuser. He had like 26 HP.
Oh, so close.
Like the chaos that follows that round.
Little, you know, you gotta have a little luck to win, and CLG is having the luck, especially on that round.
I bet you everyone in the server, like all 10 players, were just laughing about that. Like nobody felt bad about that round afterwards because both teams just royally messed that up.
Renegades, though, probably a little tilted a little bit. They had a free round almost a free round, like a save. You know, but I guess it's a save. You know, can't go too wrong with that. But I'm sure CLG was having a good one.
And so now we are going to see the Renegades back up to another, I mean, the biggest investment they could go for, obviously. Azur is still down on a Tech 9, JK's on a Galil, and EM and Ustilla working with the AKs along with Ricky's op, of course. But, I mean, CLG back on the double op here, Cutler and Kusta picking them up for them. Cutler really late on that peak, so unfortunately not going to be met with much there beyond losing about 20 of his health. This is dip right back down and takes up the position further at the edge of the ramp on the site too, waiting for the Renegades to try and go for their push. Thing is though, is that all these were pistol shots, and they may assume this is just a mid buy. They don't they may not know as if this is a full investment. Yeah, but Renegades only has 2 smokes left, and they're just teetering around in this middle area with you still just holding outside B, and CLG is playing 4 people pretty much towards A. You got Hayes in the middle, kind of spot and listen for the middle. It's like they're just going to try to do a B split. Hayes is in a pretty good spot. Get a couple kills right here, it'd be huge. But Sabroza with a flank. And Hayes is a good setup too behind the box. It's actually responded to quite nicely by JKS. But the problem is, he's walking right up to window. There's Kusta waiting for it. Sabroza a bit late on that spray, but they've got this player isolated, however. Bit of trouble taking him down. There you go, though. Ethan finds Azur back over there towards CT, and then Sabroza taking out Ustilla. Easy closeout for the CLG men as they go up 8-2 here now. And for the Renegades, unfortunately, this takes them into just another full eco round. Maybe a couple P250 buys, but that's going to be about it. Yeah, Renegades, I'm pretty sure they have a B take. I think they should try doing the B take. They've been investing in A almost every single round, or either A or middle, every single round, and it hasn't been working. I believe they tried B once on an eco, but it didn't work. Could be wrong. Looks like Renegade's going to send their 5 people towards middle again. Going to keep trying in middle. Maybe they read something, or they think the mid's weak because they keep going to it. Keep getting shut down by CLG as Nadi picks off the possession. Nice kill. And then Kusta
2 nice shots.
They're just walking
Gets
into
the third one. And he misses the easy
He's
one.
got a flash, though, and there you go. He's going to roll right in with the pistol to close it out. A 4K on the round from Kusta, and he survives with 1 HP.
1 HP. That's a little luck right there. That's a little lucky. But nice shot. You got nice 3 shots. 4 shots, I should say.
Smooth, too. Look at these. Systematical. But, I mean, they're not punishing him at all. They're just running right into it. It's just like, it's something like the gauntlet they're pushing through here. And Chris is just being fed those kills. It
was a nice flash for his teammates. You gotta kind of thank his teammate right there for flashing over the wall, and they could be like, oh, easy kills for me. Easy kills for me. And it looks like Renegades have the 3 outside long, 2 in B tunnels. Azir just trying to work this middle, making sure that no one's pushed up against this Xbox, and Colt, Reltuck, missing a shot in middle. He hasn't been too on with his AWP. I don't think I've even seen him hit one or I haven't noticed him hitting the shot. But again, we're just watching this point of view, so I don't know.
And the Renegades, again, lining themselves out towards the long hit here, too. Smoke's moving in from CLG, so Sabrosa. I mean, Sabrosa overall has been doing a fantastic job of delaying this pressure when it has moved in, but this time he's got no support system set up. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to hold back the Renegades. They move out. Follow-up smokes coming from the CTs to keep them in that area, so that works out at the very least. And now there's nothing coming in from Cat, so they're going to allow CLG to basically push back in here and get the read on this. They know that they are either isolated long at this point or they gave up and fell back out there towards mid. So they should be able to start rotating appropriately here. But as of yet, no big shifts. We are starting to see now Cutler moving himself down a little bit here into a better position, but ultimately the hit's going to change itself here just directly into the B-hulls. Kusta, though, he's got a great angle out. I think he hits JKS somehow way in the back there, it looks like, if I read the UI correctly. But anyway, they're going to move in. He sees that boost up coming from a mile away. The second one tries to go for a third, but finally Ricky punishing while full blind. Now Hayes pushing back in there, tries to look for Ricky, but can't pick up the kill just yet. Regardless, though, the CTs are on their way to retake this bomb set before it's even the T's control. And as they move in, though, unfortunately, they have to wait a bit for Cutler to get into a better position. As they'll hold back a bit, the Renegades will have time to get into a post plant, but they're not even secured it either. They've tried to go for so many wins in this post plant, and almost every single time it's been retaken by CLG. But they're taking so much time to line up their retake. I'm not even sure about this anymore. They're going to move in. They're waiting for 2 players to get into the tunnels. They arrive, but immediately Ethan's shut out. Cutler responds, takes in the player on back plat here. But you've got a guy boosted up. Good response from Hayes, and now it's just on Azir at this point. Holding in the back here. He gets hit through the wall with the up. They're going to push him. He tries to line it up, but it's not going to happen. CLG pull off another retake on the B-bomb site. It's going to be close in this defuse, but I think they've got it. So there you have it. CLG 9-2. It's like reverse scoreline from the last map all of a sudden.
CLG, Kusa, nice 2 op shots at the start of the round. Just get those early picks. Being down 4 and 5, hero play. His teammate's flash was a little late, so it caused him to die, but still, you know, it kind of started the momentum for the CLG retake train.
Doesn't even look like it gets that second kill. Beautifully played again by Kusta there, doing some work with the off, but just not able to hold for a little bit longer. Thankfully, of course, he buys the situation for his teammates. Now, Sabrosa! 3 fast kills. Kusta finds a 4th elsewhere. And for Ricky, well, there's a pile of his teammates sitting in front of him. So, bit awkward for him to try and do anything about this. He's just going to push right out into the op shot from Cutler, and it's going to be a fast 11th round from CLG. They walk right in to Sabrosa. He's completely flashed out, but it doesn't even matter. That's a huge choke point. He can just easily spray right into that.
I could just imagine people on right now just saying back. But nice shots by Sabrosa. Sometimes when you get blind, and you're in a spot like that, it's not completely back, as they say. I mean, you're in a do or die spot. You know they're in the area. You just have to hold down.
That one's literally like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, it's literally they lined up for him too, so it wasn't too suspicious.
Basically, calm down, Twitch chat.
Calm down, guys. Calm down. It wasn't that bad.
Anyway, Hazard's going to move in there. Picks the kill on the Cutler. This is a crazy flash battle here. But it looks like the CLG players do end up winning it out there. Kusta taking down Ustillo, as I think he tried to go over there towards Cat. So for Azir, not a whole lot of hope for him. They even kept the bomb outside because they knew this was going to be a messy push. I mean, he's got control of the immediate area inside long, but outside of that is where things are a bit harsh for him to try and do much about this now. He's just going to post up here, hoping that one of these guys pushes out, but I doubt that. They're sitting pretty secure, and there's no reason to overextend their reach currently.
Yeah, he's going to sit back. He's trying to see if Hayes, though, he's kind of just lurking by himself, and CLG's now over-rotating. Perfect time by Azir reading the rotations of CLG, just walking up. If they hold their spot, they would have killed him by now. But it looked like he's going to walk by and get spotty. Does he get
Sneaking
spotted?
In. Agent Azur.
No one's.
He's going to move up. He's got the headshot lined up too. Nobody was watching long.
Oh my goodness.
Despite the fact that they just directly pushed long earlier, nobody's watching it. And now he is going to be found out by Hayes, though, as Azur makes the same mistake, not watching for the CT push. CLG will win it out again, and they go 12-2. The fact that he even gets a plant, though, in that situation, considering the two positions of those CTs, is just ludicrous.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate timing. They played that little pass. I mean, I guess they're playing it safe. It's 1-on-3. So it's, I mean, it's unfortunate that they did get the bomb down and a kill, but hey, I mean, you won the round. That's all that matters. They're up 12-2 against Renegades, who literally just stomped them last map, and has a pretty good track record on Dust2.
Indeed. And so as we get into the 15th round here now, the Renegades still sit very far behind, and it's going to be looking like they'll suffer from the same sort of issues that the CLG roster had back on the last map, but it's been flipped back now into CLG's favor. They lead 12-2. And he's still going to hunt for that early frag back over there outside of the B tunnels. Nothing to be picked up here as of yet, as the Renegades take it slowly to line themselves up down over in mid. The usual lineup from these guys. Nothing too fantastic being deployed by the T's as of yet, and they're just going to shift this into what appears to be a normal cat hit.
Yeah, let's see where they have their smoke placements. They do have 5 smokes and 4 flashes, so they're going to try to blind these person in the rail. But Roses push up long, picks off JKS. Nice, easy kill, and now they know it's probably most likely going to be an A take. As Renegades start to execute and take over the bomb site. Ooh. Cutler missing an easy shot. Well, not easy, but missing a shot in the A.
And he's actually just going to put himself in the position back over here to wait for his teammates to get into a better spot. So Rose is down in the pit there. He's already picked up 1 kill into JKS. Ethan almost gets 1 shot there, but is able to dive back in a CT spawn. And Hayes has a nice spot actually to catch players that may be over-peaking in this area. Sabrosa pushing in. He'll get denied by Azur, though. And this gets even again into a 4-on-4. There's another pickup from Yam. Ethan trying to hunt, make sure they don't get counterflanked back over there outside of those mid doors. The CTs, or the T's, I should say, still have good control here, and this is actually being shut down completely. Cutler's in a 1v4 now. Baits out the first player at least, but Ricky finishes him off. And there you have it. The Renegades find at least a 3rd round to end this half, but things aren't looking good, guys. So you're going to want to stick around for the last half to see if the Renegades are around to come back, because if not, it's going to go 1-1 for the evening. Second half, though, is coming up in just a bit. Stick around right here at the ESL Pro League.
He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. Oh, he gets the triple FNX. Oh my god, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still. Oh, look at that.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Soylent, Xfinity, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, The Score Esports, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
And we are back with more North American CS, the best CS and the worst CS, all at the same time.
Best and worst. Can't have the sweet without the bitter, Blue. You just can't.
It's also technically not even like NACS. It's only like CLG that's NA. It's Australian CS too.
I mean, I don't know.
We're one and the same.
It's hard to really pinpoint, like did they get outshot? I mean, it literally came down to being outshot. Counter Logic Gaming, I mean, really, they're playing more team-oriented. I mean, they're letting them come out middle and then cross-firing, and Renegades weren't. It seemed like they weren't executing that many strats. Like, yeah, they get up catwalk, throw a couple, Molotov smokes, flashes. As you saw the last round, it worked. But previous rounds, it seemed like they literally couldn't even get to the bomb site.
I mean, here's the other thing too. Like, okay, strat-wise, what do they bring to the table?
Yeah,
it was like the same 2 or 3 executes Yeah, granted, it's Dust2, so you're somewhat limited in that regard, but at least innovate beyond a certain point. We didn't really see anything advanced at all coming up from the Renegades this side. The same thing happened to Winterfox the other day, too. I forget who exactly they were playing against, but it was like the first map they did really bad, and it was on Dust2, mainly because of their T side. And then the second map, when they went over to Mirage, they dominated. So it's really weird. Maybe it's like just an Aussie thing that they're just bad on T side Dust2.
Well, I mean, you'd think that, but I don't know.
Probably completely wrong.
I mean, you just beat Team 16-2, and you're naughty, just jump shooting people, taking no prisoners.
Color, too, almost just getting a second headshot on his last bullet. Ethan trying to move in. Yam does hold his ground for one pickup, but Sabrosa trading, and now it's fallen to JKS at 7 HP on the cross through mid, immediately shut out, and it's looking like this may turn itself into a fast second map, too. CLG get themselves the pistol in this second half. And with that, obviously, it's going to make it even harder for the Renegades to come back. They've got to win this next force, otherwise it's almost already GG.
I thought they fixed the jumping Glock. Is that not
no?
yet?
It's so the thing they changed is that now you have to shoot like at the apex of your jump. So like that accuracy is still the same. It's just a lot worse like when you're going up and down now.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, jumping shot, impressive.
So basically, you just have to get really good at timing it, and then it's still really good.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad. But, you know, I'm glad they fixed the jumping scout. That was super annoying.
You can still definitely do it.
Really?
Yeah.
How often?
I don't know.
I mean, we saw so you can do it like once every like 20 shots.
It's definitely a lot less, but you can still do it. Like I said, you just have to like train for it because you have to do it at the top of your jump, and that's obviously like very unreliable, regardless.
Yeah, whatever. Take away jumping shots, please. Thank you. Sabrosa picking off Ustilla.
As he found the second play there, I don't know if Azur has tried to peek out for it yet. He's just stuck around this corner. So regardless, Sabrosa is not even going to try to test it here. He's going to be stuck back over here waiting to see actually if Azur pushes back up to look for that kill. Won't be happening though. And the rest of CLG actually pushing up to the mid door. Cutler trying to pre-fire into the spots. There's nothing there, so it does is give away his position. And JKS will look to peek in here a little. There's two players, just a little duck and fade away. As he does spot those two guys moving in. I think they're expecting this to be a mid to B now, so they're going to push out promptly. They've got a good read on this. Unfortunately, the players moving out from the A side are going to be a little bit late to the party here. Azur may be able to find Sabrosa. In fact, he does two quick kills for the CT side. Ricky, two amazing kills on a Hazed and Kusta. All of a sudden, CLG, they don't have control anymore. It's just Color with 7 HP, and he's been surrounded.
That was pretty interesting. You have rifles. You know, you can go B, try to outpick people, but I don't know. I find it riskier to take that B take with a bunch of rifles against people who, you know, kind of force you into a choke point.
And Cutler with only that 7 HP is going to be shut down pretty quickly by Ricky when they move into the site. So there you have it. The Renegades are not done fighting for this just yet. They're going to find a fourth round. And with that, obviously, this will probably take us into the next force from CLG. They're definitely not going to take that without responding, considering the lead they have here. And in fact, they got that plant too.
I could see maybe if they had more submachine guns, maybe lean towards B. You know, try to up close advantage. But you have rifles, you could literally go long range kind of picks. Go for A, go for catwalk. You know, control the middle. But you know, you kind of force yourself into a little choke point and kind of spread yourselves out if you try to, you know, hit out mid and B, and just not a great thing when you get ran over by pistols when you have rifles. It's just, ouch, ouch.
Actually, CLG are not going to force into this one for good reason, obviously. I mean, just look at the scoreline. They can afford to save up here and wait for the next gun round. They did buy up pistols because they can afford to do something. Well, yeah, they're not going to do much here. It's a quick shutdown. They're trying to respond. Hayes found one. Color finds a second. Maybe not done just yet. As we can see, Ustilo sitting in the back there. He's hunting down Kusta, but Kusta is making a real hard time of it there. However, there you go. Ricky and Ustilo do manage to find those last two players. Almost a team ace. JKS not having fun at the party. Not going to be able to pick up a kill for himself. Everybody else in the Renegades does find one, however, and they will bring this up to 5-13.
Looks like CLG's going to play it super safe. Save one more, make sure they get AWPs, utility for the next round. I mean, you have a lot of rounds to work with, but you don't want to wait too long. You know, don't let the CTs gain momentum. It's going to go a fast B right here. JKS gets blinded out. What is Yam? But decide not to take it. Try to pull rotation, but it doesn't work when you don't hit the bomb site.
And they're all just sitting outside of the tunnels here too, taking more and more damage. As you can see, Kusta and Cutler have been brought down to around half HP for instance. Actually, JKS gets blinded, but Yam is there to bail him out. And yeah, they do shut it down pretty quickly after that. JKS It's going to find those final 2 kills, and the Renegades up to 6 now. Building up the money a bit, too. Not at a really great point just yet, but they've got enough, at the very least, to force after this if they want to.
It's kind of funny that if they ran into the site of their initial nades, both CTs were blind. But then they tried to a flash and take it. Only one of them was blind, so unfortunate timing for them. Unfortunate nading, I guess. I don't know.
CSGO is very much a game of timing in a lot of ways.
Yeah, timing, or as Jason would say, luck. Pure luck.
Don't say that. Everybody's going to get triggered.
There's no luck in CSGO.
There's no luck in CS. What are you talking about? It's a skill-based game.
There is definitely some high-skill players. Don't get me wrong, there are CLG. They're doing a cat split. I like this. I like having some people catwalk and then 1 or 2 delayed long. Kus decides to leave long and help his teammates up catwalk. But CLG, they kind of hesitating a little bit, maybe trying to see if anyone's going to push.
The Renegades are shifting off of the site a bit too now, as they actually had a large presence today to try to avert or counteract the fast push from CLG. Didn't end up happening though. They're just stuck outside of the cat. I mean, it's the default you've come to expect here for most T sides now, as they're lined up over here on cat, getting ready to move themselves into it. Sabrosa also prepared to push himself in towards long there too. He's still awaiting on the other side of that door. I don't believe he's spotted him yet. But he's actually going to pull away from this now and regroup with the main unit as they do try to push themselves in. They're going to bail out down towards CT. A few more pushing in. Ricky actually not able to do much initially, but Azur's got it covered. And nicely done from Azur, just tapping away. 2 fast kills from him, and now it's Ricky's turn to play as he has lost his teammate here. The first kill goes in his direction, ducking away. Doesn't want to challenge anymore. He's got more teammates on the way, but he is able to line himself up another frag too against Sabrosa. They've got Kusta stuck in the corner. Kusta actually with a nice little nade toss out there, but they know exactly where he's playing at. He's completely surrounded, so it will be an easy task for Yam to knock him out and for the Renegades to pick up a 7th.
Yeah, so they try to do the old smoke catwalk flash and then have a person drop down, but the execution was a little off. The guy in the rail was flashed for a little bit, but CLG did not take the time to capitalize on that. There's only 1 or 2 flashes thrown at the start, and then, you know, there's no continue flashes. You know, you have to really progress yourself to the bomb site. You have to keep flashing that rail, or he's going to get unblind and start out shooting people. That's what exactly happened.
There you go, Sabrosa. Good start. Picks up, he's still there. Problem is going to be getting anything beyond this, of course, but the investment being the same across the board, much like Sabrosa has, pretty much everybody except for Kusta brought a deal to the table. And they're going to just push themselves out on a cat, which if they don't have this flashbang perfectly aligned against Ricky,
they have 1 chance to blind Ricky. Can they do it?
What are you making? Oh, they got it. Whoa.
But now he's unblind, and now he's taking a shot.
He missed, though. He's stuck in a corner, and it actually worked out. That perfect flashbang. As you mentioned, he made it sound like a Hollywood movie trailer.
They have 1 chance to win.
And it looks like it worked. So now they're on the site. They've got a 5-on-3 advantage, and I mean, this is looking good for CLG to upset in this round here too, with minimal investment. However, they got to find these kills quickly. 2 more for now, 3 more for the Renegades. Ethan trading, Sabrosa finding another one, but they do manage to chase Sabrosa down before he's able to escape the site. Yam is going to end up being the last man standing. He finds that final kill and just barely keeps this round together for the Renegades.
That was so close for CLG. I thought they were going to have that round 1. They had positioning, they had height advantage. And then Renegades had to literally rush up through CT spawn, and they just got outshot from those angles. It's almost like, oh, so close. So close, but so far.
Tells how you really feel.
I mean, it's just, you know, a little, I wish, you know, they would have hit those shots. It can't be biased, though. It can't be biased.
No, you can't be biased.
Can't be biased.
It's illegal.
Is it illegal?
Yeah, it's against the caster handbook.
I never got that.
Yes,
obviously,
you did.
You could tell. With my casting, I did not get no caster handbook. I am a wild card blue.
It was delivered to your house, and you signed it in blood.
Yeah, I signed my soul away.
Yeah. There's no going back now.
I didn't read the terms and agreement.
Yeah.
Did it again.
Sabrosa is going to push in. Nicely played against Ustilla there to take him down. And the rest of CLG, again, just posting up in mid. I mean, they're not doing anything super creative either on this T side. And they're running into the same sort of pitfalls that Renegades had to deal with in their last half, too. Again, they've got the opening kill. We saw the Renegades get this, though, plenty of times on their first half, and it hasn't meant really much at all here if they can't capitalize on it in the site take. They're all going to be stuck back here, and Azur just puts himself behind the bricks there, and he'll wait for the push, where he'll drop back down after taking the initial heat of it if he spots them pushing in.
They do still only have 2 people A, and if they get this pick on Azir, but no, they're going to let him regroup and fall back. Renegades not rotating, so they still have 2 people in B. These people in A are in trouble right now. If they don't hit 2 amazing kills, they are going to get sandwiched, and CLG should be able to take the site with these.
Ricky already getting knocked out. Sabrosa moving in. He's going to box out Azir. Azir actually gets in the smoke, but Sabrosa finds one through it. Not even his intended target. Yam actually gets knocked out of there, and Azir left at 14 HP, but at the very least, he does take out Hayes. Sabrosa gets the position, though, from that push on Hayes and is able to finish him off when he tries to re-peek around the corner there. Nicely done. There's nothing left for JKS to do. He's got to fall back and save, and that's going to be the 14th round for CLG.
All right, they needed that. They needed that blue. And now Renegades do have some money. They will be able to buy again. So they have another mountain to climb. Going to have 14-8, so let's see if CLG will be able to take this round. You think Renegades will call a... Actually, they already called a timeout, didn't they? First half.
I think you get 1 per half.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. I think it used to be 1 per
Is it?
match.
I can't remember now.
The online league is not the same as
Yeah, I know. I'm all
major.
confused now because I'm trying to remember like the different rules, but
regardless,
I think you're right actually.
Regardless, though, what do you think CLG must do in order to? I mean, their A seems to be working because Renegades are keeping 2 people B. They have the guy in the middle, kind of going back and forth, and Sabrosa keeps picking off this guy long A. So I wouldn't be surprised if that long A guy would stay more towards the pit instead of trying to always fight Sabrosa.
They've only tried like 1 B hit so far, right?
Yeah, it was like a...
It was on like the first couple of rounds, so it wasn't even really in a gun round yet.
It was on the 2nd round when they got destroyed by pistols.
So that probably explains why.
It's probably like, no more B, guys, no more B.
I mean, like on a serious note, though, yeah, like just try to like a mid to B. It's all just been these A executes up to this point. It's the same thing that Renegades is doing, just trying to go in for cat plays, and it's obviously not working for them consistently anyway. So
it's not, but it looks like
they are going to go mid to B now too. So
mid split changing up. Now I like when teams are smoking the left side of mid because a lot of people play window and by the slant box outside B. And it hands you a little more cover to able to, you know, take that CG spawn.
That's actually a nice spray attempt from Sabrosa there too, because normally when that smoke rolls in, you will see the guy Bricks drop down, and he tries to counteract that by hitting him through the box.
But no one from Renegades was right there, so they are playing 2 on the catwalk area. So if they do, they're not even moving. So Azir kind of spotting it. Nice little counter flash from Renegades up there, but they're going to probably push through here. That second smoke, they probably know for sure this is going to be a B split.
And yeah, I'm just ducking his head down too. Perfect timing on the peek out, but good reaction from CLG. JKS is going to move in too, but CLG dominating this at this point. Azir trying to turn it around, and the good news is they did great damage to Cutler and Ethan. They just barely survived 1v1 encounters, so Ricky and Azir certainly have an edge on this retake now. As all they really need to do is move in and hit these guys once or twice to be able to knock them out of the game. They've also used all of their utilities, so they have nothing left after this Molotov fades to hold back the remaining members of the Renegades here. As they move in, Ricky looking for that first kill. Not even needed, though. Azir's got it. They know the second player's in the corner, and it's textbook from the Renegades. Shutting it down, easily accomplished. It'll be a 9th round for the Australians.
Their spots of holding that site was a little iffy, in my opinion. Like, you have the bomb down. Play a little safer spots. Like you got Naughty, who's caught out in the open. I mean, yeah, I don't like playing that spot, especially when they're retaking. It's just it's a hit or miss, and it missed.
Yeah. One or the other.
One of the. I mean, you're out in the open. If they come swinging at you, you either kill them or be killed.
I mean, especially with how low they are too. Just doesn't help their case. You think that one of them may have tried to go into the tunnel or whatnot, but I imagine they were trying to set up some sort of like support system to trade out amongst each other, but that just never happened.
Yeah, that one flash got the guy in tunnels, and they literally had one flash, and it got him. It kind of hit them both too halfway, so it kind of disrupted their mindset just a little bit. But that's all you need. It's that little bit disruption to really hesitation cause death.
And we see here too, Kusta putting himself on top of the pit position, finds Ricky peeking out early on here. That's their first kill. This is a perfect pot flash, but they wide peek into it, so it's evenly traded there on that play. Kusta, though, moving in is actually, again, going to miss onto that one. CLG still yield an advantage of the 3v2, and the Renegades are moving back in very quickly through mid, but Sabrosa sitting in the smoke, waiting for them. He sees the flash go through, but he's not effective. First kill for him, and the second one. Nicely played by Sabrosa, and CLG get up to 15.
Smart play. So you see Bros in that spot. He playing against the smoke, so when people do that pop flash, if they are a little off, the flash goes behind them. So it was a pretty smart play. See how he's up close right here? He knows that pop flash is going to go right behind him if they toss him with that. That's what happened.
Textbook, again. Nicely played.
Textbook playing. There's no vac involved, guys. Stop spamming it. I know you are.
You're egging them on now. Now they're definitely going to do it.
I'm going to keep egging them on. Stop it.
That's what they want. Okay, so going in now to what could be the final round here. Unfortunately, the Renegades don't have the best of buys. JKS needs to impact in a big way here, and well, he brings one of them down to 3 HP, but that's certainly not what they're looking for. And even Color watching out for more aggressive files too. Look at this, perfectly set up now all of a sudden from CLG. They're looking great, and this could prove itself to be the very last round indeed. 2v5. If they win this, it's a miracle, but Sabro's going to push right out. Great spray control, and he closes out on the final 2. CLG will take control of this second map, and with that, guys, it is going to go 1-1 for the evening. The Renegades stopped them on the first map over there on Cobble, but here on Dust2, it's CLG that pull off the reverse there.
That was pretty interesting. CLG played well. They're hitting their shots. They're playing more as a team, at least as more as a unit on CT and T side. And Renegades look flat. Like it did not look like the same team on Cobble where they're just hopping around and shooting people and just easily out-aiming CLG. But this map, it was the reverse.
Yeah, and I mean we see their two really struggling on their T side. They tried a good attempt to make a comeback there on their CT side, but unfortunately it was just too far gone by that point. Like 13-2 at the half, not really workable at this point. But that is going to close things out for myself and DeBarris for the evening. So let's send it back over to the Xfinity Zone to hear from our analysts and close out the evening.
Thank you, Alb. Appreciate it, as always. And yes, that was big. CLG playing spoiler to Renegades. Now, Renegades, they're going to be sitting at 12-8. Their next matches are going to be Selfless, Energy, and Winter Fox, the biggest one being that Energy match, because if they're able to win that one, they should be able to secure themselves in that playoffs. But CLG, fantastic game coming out from them, especially in round 9, where they end up, getting a pistol win that they definitely shouldn't have.
Yeah, and they actually almost lost to all Glocks, and I really wish Daze was here just so we could see chat just spam Glocks when he loses his mind to a team that almost lost to Glocks. And then literally, like, they come back with just pistols. They say they have an AWP, a 5.7, and they make it work. Sabrosa was kind of my key to victory for Dust2 because I mentioned that it's a map that allows a player like that to leverage his skill set, which is aim. And he did it really well. He had like perfect aggression. If there was someone not in the doors on the first half for CT side, if they weren't in long doors, he was pushing in and getting control of that. When you have control of those doors, you see their shadow first. It's super CT-sided. He took advantage of it. His flanks were really good. And then T-side, they had so much room to work with that, he was able to pick up a couple of key kills, and they closed that out.
Yeah, another big key to CLG's victory. You always talk about him, Kusta, and Kusta went off. I think it was round 12 where he just goes completely ham. Yeah,
I mean, he hits that second shot is just like vintage Kusta. So you could almost say it was enemy Kusta, which is back in the day Kusta, which is best Kusta. And yeah, he hits that flick, gets 2 kills there. Whenever you're in the site at B, you don't want to get less than 2. If you're going to go down, you don't want it to be a 1-to-1 because it's such a difficult site to retake. But as I say that, CLG did a really good job of retaking the site. They seem to constantly find at least a pick. They were able to trade out kills when they would go in. If they were to lose one, it was immediately traded back. And they were able to retake what's one of the most difficult sites in the game to retake, I think, statistically.
Yeah, I really like this. I also like the way that Subrosa was playing that one around the smoke, as DeBears was saying, knowing to push up so that pop flash would go over his head. But overall, that is a really big loss for Renegades. I know we were touching base just a little bit on that, but let's take a look at today's results and just see how everything actually panned out. And you can see Kusa ended up with 21 kills. So you're right, Ryu. Big key to the victory. And there it is, 16-12. Team Liquid getting a huge win against Immortals, but Immortals able to bounce back as well. And then Cobblestone, complete stomp, Renegades 16-2, and then you have 9-16. CLG ends up playing spoiler. Now, it's going to be 4 teams battling for 2 spots. It's Liquid, it's Renegades, Energy, Echo Fox. How after today, Ryu, we were talking about before the day, how do you think this one's going to pan out? But now that you've seen the matches, what do you think?
So I didn't know. So the thing with Renegades, right? You said they're playing Energy, so that's obviously huge. That might be like kind of the match of the week type of matchup
for sure.
But they also play Winter Fox, and while Winter Fox isn't necessarily a tier 1 team, it is a competitive rival team from Australia that had at the start of the season said, like, we feel like the Renegades wasted their opportunity and we're here, we're going to make the most of it. So they have a huge opportunity to kind of make that actually happen, to play spoiler and to bump themselves up. Right now, if I would, just based on that performance from Renegades, they looked a little bit lost on Dust2. I don't know exactly what happened there, you know, mentally on their side. I would say I could see Liquid being that 6th team and not Renegades, and then it would just be the teams above them. So it would be Energy, Immortals, SK, Cloud9.
Now, the big question is what happens if there is a tie? Does it go to that round differential, or does it go to some sort of head-to-head is the question?
Yeah, so the way it works, you get points for wins, but if you have the same record, so if both teams at the end of the season are, you know, 16-10 or whatever, it goes head-to-head in round differential. So not round differential overall, but so a good example would be CLG. If they were tied with Renegades at the end of the season, Renegades would have the head-to-head because they won 16-2 and lost 16-9. So they actually had a 7-round differential in their favor for the head-to-head.
So pretty much, guys, next week is huge. That's what it's going to be all about. But that's a wrap here for day number 25. Thank you so much for watching on behalf of everyone at ESL. And we will see you next week to find out who's going to be those top 16s making it into the playoffs.